If you're planning a trip to Vietnam, there's an important new travel requirement you should know about. Starting July 1st, 2026, Vietnam plans to introduce mandatory health declarations for many travelers crossing its borders. And this rule may not apply only to tourists entering the country. It could also affect departing travelers, transit passengers, and others crossing Vietnamese border checkpoints. So in today's video, we'll explain what's changing in July, who the new rules may apply to, how the health declaration process could work, what travelers may need before flying, and a few practical tips to help make your trip smoother. Vietnam remains one of Southeast Asia's most popular destinations, but travel requirements continue to evolve. So with that said, let's get started.
Beginning July 1, 2026, Vietnam will officially require health declarations for travelers entering, exiting, or transiting through the country. According to reports linked to Vietnam's updated disease prevention law and health quarantine regulations, the new measures are designed to strengthen disease prevention and improve border health monitoring. Importantly, the requirement applies regardless of the reason for travel. So whether someone is visiting Vietnam for tourism, business, family visits, long-term stays, or simply connecting through a Vietnamese airport, the rule may still apply. This means travelers heading to Vietnam after July 2026 should pay close attention to updated entry and transit procedures before their trip.
A health declaration is a form travelers complete before crossing the border. According to current reports, the form may be submitted either online electronically or on paper at border checkpoints if necessary. The declaration may ask for information such as recent travel history, current health condition, possible symptoms of illness, or other health-related details requested by authorities. Authorities have also indicated that the forms are expected to be available in both Vietnamese and English, which should make the process easier for international travelers.
One of the most important details travelers should know is the timing. Under the new rules, health declarations are expected to be completed within 7 days before entering, leaving, or transiting through Vietnam. So this probably isn't something travelers should leave until the last minute at the airport. Instead, it may become another routine pre-departure step, similar to checking visa requirements, customs forms, or airline documentation. And depending on how the system is implemented, airlines may also remind passengers to complete the declaration before boarding their flight.
Vietnam says the goal is to strengthen disease prevention measures and improve border health monitoring. Officials want authorities to better identify potential infectious disease risks entering or leaving the country. Under the updated regulations, quarantine officers may monitor travelers for symptoms and carry out additional health checks if necessary. This could include temperature screening, health assessments, or requests for additional information in certain situations. If travelers show signs of illness or possible health risks, quarantine officers may carry out additional screening measures, including reviewing travel documents, asking health-related questions, and collecting relevant travel or epidemiological information. Individuals suspected of carrying infectious diseases may also undergo further medical evaluations and health control measures in accordance with Vietnamese regulations.
Right now, many travelers are wondering whether this new requirement could make travel more complicated. Some concerns being discussed include longer airport processing times, additional paperwork before travel, questions about vaccination documentation, and possible delays for transit passengers. At the moment, several implementation details are still unclear. For example, which situations could trigger additional screening, whether vaccination proof may be requested more broadly, and how strict enforcement could be at different airports and border crossings. So while the overall policy has been announced, travelers are still waiting for more detailed guidance from Vietnamese authorities.
If you're planning to travel to Vietnam after July 1st, 2026, the best thing you can do is prepare ahead of time and stay informed before your departure. Since the new health declaration requirement applies to travelers entering Vietnam, leaving the country, and even some transit passengers, it's important to check the latest travel rules before heading to the airport. Travelers are expected to complete the health declaration within 7 days before travel, and according to current reports, the form may be submitted either online or on paper depending on how the system is implemented at specific airports or border crossings.
Once more official details are released, it will be a good idea for travelers to prepare early and make sure all requirements are completed before arriving at the airport. Otherwise, if you have a connecting flight or want to leave the airport quickly after landing, Delays caused by missing documents or additional screening could become very frustrating. And if the rules also apply to transit passengers, travelers with connecting flights through Vietnam may want to take this into careful consideration when planning layover times, especially at busy international airports. As many travelers already know, airports in Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, and Phu Quoc can become extremely busy, especially during peak travel periods, so preparing ahead of time could help make the arrival and departure process much smoother. It's also a smart idea to keep important documents easily accessible during your trip, including vaccination records if applicable, or other health-related paperwork in case authorities request them. And because temperature screening or additional health checks could take place at certain border gates, giving yourself extra time at the airport may help avoid unnecessary stress, especially during busy travel periods. For most travelers, this may simply become another routine pre-travel step similar to immigration or customs procedures. But preparing ahead of time could make the process much smoother.
So to quickly recap, starting July 1st, 2026, Vietnam will introduce mandatory health declarations for inbound travelers, outbound travelers, and transit passengers. The forms may be completed online or on paper. Travelers are expected to submit them within 7 days before travel, and additional health screenings could also take place at certain border crossings or airports. While many details are still being finalized, staying informed and preparing early will likely help travelers avoid unnecessary complications during their trip. And of course, as Vietnam releases more official updates and implementation details about how this system will work, we'll continue keeping you updated right here on the channel. What do you think about Vietnam's new health declaration requirement for travelers? Do you think measures like this help improve travel safety? Or do you think they make international travel more complicated? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to GlobeGazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.